Welcome back. So the University of KwaZulu-Natal's optometry department has received a valuable donation of optical equipment from the Sight Essilor Luxottica Foundation. This will help provide quality, affordable eye care to underserved communities and improve the training of optometry students. So to tell us more, we're now joined by Dr. Naima Ibrahim Khan, an academic leader and optometry lecturer who played a key role in securing this donation with the UKZN Foundation. Dr. Khan, thank you so much for joining us, and a good afternoon to you. This is incredibly important work. Talk to us about how the project came about and certainly the donation and what you think you'll be able to achieve with it.
Hi, good afternoon. Hello. Thanks so much for having me here. And thank you so much for recognizing UKZN Optometry. I'm really excited about that. So we're so excited about the donation that has come through from Sight Essilor Luxottica Foundation. Foundation has really come through to the department and has assisted us because with the donation, it helps in two ways. One way is with student training, because our optometry students need to go through a series of different types of testing and training before they can graduate. So that equipment that they have donated helps us with that. And secondly, Essilor has come through and donated 500 frames, which is absolutely awesome for the community, because when we get patrons coming through to our optometry eye clinic, now they are able to actually choose from those frames, and it makes eye care more affordable for them as well. So Sight Essilor Luxottica has really come through and assisted the department.
Yeah, really interesting. And then a lot of these resources also going to be going into the space of training?
Yes. So training in terms of, so our optometry students, when they come through to us by the first, second year, they actually need to buy their own set of training equipment, or equipment that they actually use when they're doing the full eye test. Now, for students, this is really difficult because they're already having to come through, pay for their studies. They already have to come through and pay for residence, pay for meals, all of those sorts of things. This equipment now is about 30,000 Rand, which each student needs to now get through, because NSFAS also doesn't pay for that. So it's something that they need to fundraise and get per student, which is quite expensive. Everybody can't afford it. So with Sight Essilor's donation, we're able to use this equipment and loan it out to students so that they can use it whilst they are training. And, it comes back to the department to go through for the next year as well, the next batch of students that come through. So this is now something that's going to be in the department, and it's adding to the that we have for the training of students.
Yeah, that's incredibly important, because the skills are necessary. If they're expensive, it becomes very difficult for us to bring new talent into the space. And you talk about communities, and I'm now interested in, thinking about the sort of communities that are going to be reached and the circumstances that you find in some of these communities. Yeah, a lot of people may not actually think about how optometry in the most vulnerable communities may very well be seen as a luxury sort of item on the list of health needs.
Yes, it is. You've touched on a very, very important point there. A lot of people look at it as a luxury, but actually, to be able to see and the right to sight is a basic need. And if you're not able to see, you're not able to function in your daily lives. You're not able to be optimal at work. And we've had even, some of the go-go's come through. When we went out to the different communities, they always thought that they're old. They don't need specs now. It's okay. But you realize when you put that pair of specs on for them, one of the aunties had come up to me and said, but thank you so much, doc. I am now able to see my food. I can now eat food because you've given me specs.
Sure.
And that, to me, that really touched my heart, because really eating is a basic need and necessity. And, these glasses really are going out there to the different communities now. And we're targeting, because we're a training institution based in KwaZulu-Natal. We're targeting all of the areas, especially the rural areas as well, in KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah, incredible. We take so many little things for granted, and I think you've painted such a beautiful picture about what sight does to someone's quality of life. Let's talk about sustainability. I mean, this is the kind of project that we'd want to see continued over and over again. Is that a concern concern? What do you still need for us to ensure that the project continues to roll over?
Yes. So our project, we're still always asking for donations. I mean, a couple of years ago, we were very, very lucky where the gift of the givers actually came on board and also assisted with equipment for our student training. We're constantly trying to see how we can uplift to be able to have enough equipment for all of our students to be able to go out to the different areas. We've had an increase in student numbers. Just to give you an example, my facility or our facility at the university was initially built for about 25 students. My intake right now in first year is about 80 students. So that tells you it's like 4 times.
Yeah.
Which is why, my students are really struggling with the current infrastructure and current equipment that we have. So we're continuing to always reach out to see who can assist. And, this sort of service goes directly to the students.
Yeah.
It's for training, and it's for them to get back into the community and actually help uplift South Africa.
And we've seen them do that. We've seen these students, also build, because they're certainly going back into the community, but they're able to create their own opportunities as well.
Yes, definitely. So Sight Essilor Luxottica also has another function that they've been doing, is that they've been going to the different optometry schools and recruiting young optometrists to actually build container practices in rural areas. So they help the students to start up, the graduates, sorry, they're not students at that stage, they're actual optoms, they're graduates. They start up, they give them business acumen kind of training and guidance, and then they help them with the equipment that's needed. And then after 6 months to a year, if they're competent enough, the practice is theirs. They can go ahead and service the community, and that's their own practice then. Yeah. So they're going out there, making a name for themselves, and really, really making a difference in different communities across KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah. Well, great work. Give us contact details so we can certainly follow up on your work. And then you've called for more contributions so that you can continue to make the circle bigger. How we get in touch with you?
Yeah, so look, you can log on. The easiest way is to log on. All of our details are on our website. So log on to the UKZN website, navigate to the optometry department, and all our details are there, including email addresses and details for phone numbers as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Doctor. It's been an absolute pleasure, and keep up the good work. We really appreciate your time.